Hello, nice to meet you all. My name is Tae Yong-ho, and I used to be the Deputy Ambassador of North Korea in London until the summer of 2016. I defected to South Korea together with my family. And after my defection to South Korea, my family successfully settled in Seoul. And after 4 years of my life in South Korea, now I am the parliamentarian of South Korean Parliament. It is really a miracle, to be a politician in South Korea. And I was elected in a local constituency in April of 2020. This is the first local representation in South Korean history after 7 decades of country's division. And today I'm going to lecture the role of international community and Korean reunification. And especially I would like to center on the freedom of religion. Why freedom of religion is so important in bringing a freedom of North Korea. I think it is one of very important issues we have to solve. In order to know about the basic concepts of North Korea, it is very important to understand the religion policy of North Korea. Before we further go in about North Korean politics, I want to tell you the difference between the word of extermination and persecution in the field of religious policy. Apart from the rest of the former European communist states, North Korea exterminated the freedom of religion. Then what's the difference between extermination and persecution? Let's take examples. For instance, in former Soviet Union, the former East European countries, practice of religion was limited and persecuted by the regime, but it was not exterminated, because now if you walk the streets of Berlin or Warsaw or even in Moscow, you can see the structures of the churches and cathedrals. But if anyone travels to North Korea, you can't find those old churches which used to be in Pyongyang 70 years ago. So I want to know that other communist states persecute Christianity, but North Korea exterminated. Why North Korea exterminated Christianity? There are many reasons, but the main reason of extermination of the freedom of religion in North Korea is related to current North Korean political structure. The current North Korean political structure is hereditary, not socialism. Some people may think that North Korea is a socialist country, but that is not true. The basic idea of socialism has two important elements. The first one is socialization of means of production. So in former socialist countries, there is no freedom of private ownership of factories or restaurants or even the small the corner shops. But there was no any hereditary of political structures. But in current North Korea, even though the means of productions are socialized, but the political power has been handed over inside one family, from Kim Il-sung to Kim Jong-il and now to Kim Jong-un. So if you recall back the other communist states like former Soviet Union or East European countries, or even in China or Vietnam, you can easily find that no communist dictators in the world ever handed over his power to his sons or inside his family. North Korea is the first country in the world where one family, Kim family, inherited the political power from grandfather to the son and from son to grandchildren. 3 generations. And in order to carry out this hereditary political structure under the name of socialism and communism, Kim family, Kim Il-sung, decided to copy some of the important elements from Christianity. So the legal structure of North Korea is different from the normal states, and also it is even different from former communist states. For instance, in South Korea, Constitution is the most important law. And under the Constitution, there are the laws enacted by the parliament, and after the law, disciplines and regulations or announcements by the president are available. So if president in South Korea commits any crime, then he or she can be easily impeached. But in North Korea, the legal system is different. The ones which prevails over North Korea is the instructions and teachings of Kim Jong-un. And after the instructions and teachings of Kim Jong-un, there is a party regulation and charter. And after the party's regulation and charter, there comes constitution. So constitution in North Korea is number 3. Number 1 is Kim Jong-un's instructions and teachings. Number 2 is party's regulation, and constitution is number 3. Then you may ask me a question, how was it possible? Kim family copied the main important elements from 10 commandments of the Bible. If you compare the 10 commandments and 10 principles of monolithic ideological system of Workers' Party of Korea, North Korea, you can easily understand how Kim family copied the main idea of 10 commandments. For instance, let's say number 1. In 10 commandments, it reads, "You shall have no other gods before me." That is what number 1 of 10 commandments is read in the Bible. What is the number 1 principle of North Korea? Number 1 of the 10 principle of North Korean Workers' Party is read like this: "We must give all in the struggle to unify the entire society with the revolutionary ideology of great leader Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, now Kim Jong-un." So that means that the people living in North Korea should have only Kim Jong-un as their only God. Let's read number 2 of 10 commandments.